What's up guys, I finally managed to build my Arduino synthesizer that I was talking about in the last video. Today we are going to take a look on the technical aspects and make some nice music with it. If you're not interested in the technical aspects, I will link a timestamp in the description where you can skip forward to the final result. LOL. So this is my setup. I basically use a MIDI shield, which you can buy pretty cheaply on eBay, and I'm connecting the data out pins from the MIDI shield into the TX and RX inputs of my Arduino. These are the inputs that receive serial data. I also make sure to connect digital output 9 to my standard jack cable and make sure that it's also connected to ground. All the rest that you're seeing are basically the connections for the display and for the LED light in order to indicate if a node is received or not. Unfortunately, the Arduino has no audio processor and therefore no analog audio output. You now may ask, why do we even use pin 9, which is a digital output, to create an analog sound? How can this work? Well, this is the point where a technique, a method called PWM comes into place. PWM stands for pulse width modulation and is a technique for regulating the average power of an electrical signal by chopping it up into small pieces. Basically, we can create an audio signal or an electrical signal with a digital output by alternating between 0 and 5 volts, high and low, at a specific frequency. Implementing everything we need from scratch will be way beyond my capabilities, and there are fortunately people out there who are way smarter than me and already did the hard work, so let's try to build on top of that. The library that I'm going to use is called Mozi. It's free, you can check it out. In order to achieve our goal, we can use different approaches. My first idea was to use the Mozi oscillator and try to recreate the bass sound by messing around with the square wave formula. I remember having a remix stamp pack from Patrick Alavi of his iconic song Power, thanks bruh, which I downloaded years ago. I couldn't find it anywhere else on the internet. We can take the isolated bass track and use this as a reference for our sampler or synthesizer. And now, as you can see, when we zoom into the waveform, we can see that the waves have similarities. We can take advantage of this and create some sort of mathematical approximation by playing around with the square wave formula, which will later be fed into the oscillator. Unfortunately, after messing around with this idea and thinking these smart sounding thoughts, I totally forgot that I suck in math and therefore decided to take another more familiar approach, which is sampling. In order to make the bass sample, we have to search for a nice spot that we can sample. This one should do. Let's take this one. Nice and low. Ah, that's the stuff. Now we have to make sure that the sample begins where it ends, so we can make a nice loop. This sounds nice. So let's export. Now, unfortunately, it is not possible to import this directly into the Arduino, so we have to open up Audacity. We need to change the sample rate and export the sample as a raw data. We are not able to import the raw audio into the Arduino program because it requires the raw audio to be a C header file. In order to achieve this, we have a Python script provided by the Mozi library, which will do this job for us. When we open the file with the text editor, we can see that these are the individual integers that represent our base sample. And this is the format that we need in order to import this into our Arduino program and later write it on the Arduino itself. So let's start writing some code. So let's see if it compiles. Yeah, it works. Cool. So let's check it out. Yeah, it sounds quite nice though, but I'm not satisfied with the sound. I think there are some low-pass filters missing, which I will add to the effect chain. As you can see, this is my Zoom multi-effect pedal, and I will plug the Arduino to it first before going into the mixer. As you can see, the Arduino goes through the effect device into my mixer, and I will route the individual outs of Logic Pro inside the mixer too, so I can mix it out of the box and achieve some nice 90s vibrations. Okay, so the track is ready, mixed and mastered, ready to go. In order to make this more interesting, I will edit the video using random spacey footage in order to make it look more spacey. Please enjoy the space ride. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think of this kind of videos. This is my first technical related video. If you would like to have a full track, please let me know in the comment section. Please consider subscribing for more videos and more stuff. Have a nice day.